This podcast contains strong language and discussions about relationships, sex, and love. It may not be suitable for younger listeners. This is the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast, and I am Nick Selena. Hi, it's Nick Selena. Welcome back to another episode à la moi. This topic was a request from one of my girlfriends and a couple of my listeners, and I thought, yeah, fucking right. And it's also something I've been talking about for ages, and I was like, yeah, why have I not done an episode of this? So here it goes. It is called Boys Are Like Boomerangs. They Always Come Back. Yeah. Before we deep dive into this, I'm going to get men who go in my DMs and go, oh, my ex-girlfriend's also come back. I know. We can swap the gender out. But firstly, boys are like boomerangs just sounds good with the double B. And secondly, from my experience, it's usually men more so than women that return. I have not had a single ex or someone I've had a fling with that hasn't tried to return. Every fucking one tried to return. Not like a few weeks or months later. My timeline is about 6 months. And yeah, 6 months to 12 months. Within the 6 to 12 month time frame, they return. And they return as if I'm a goddess, like that they've lost and are just so fucked without me. Here's a perfect example. It's the most recent example, so this is why I'm banging on about the ex-fiancé. It's the last relationship I've had, so this is what we're dealing with, and also the last wanker. So he fits into all of my tales of woe. So when I left him in March last year because he's a cheating, lying cunt, he just went into rage and immediately hated me because he couldn't obviously process what a fucking arsehole he is and the self-destructive, self-sabotage patterns of behaviour. It was always blame the woman. So I got rage. The way he spoke to me in emails from March onwards, you would think I'd killed a family member of his. It was diabolical. It was disgusting. It was like he fucking hated me. He was so abusive. He was so cruel. It was like, how much more pain can I administer on this person? Because I know deep down he's a narcissist, I know narcissists hoover. Hoovering is when they return at some point in the future to try and get more narcissistic supply off of you. See if you're still interested. See if they can still spread your legs. But I was constantly aware, he's so horrible now. There's no way he's going to come back. There's just no way. And I'm very well aware in my head that boys always come back. I thought, no way, not this one. He is so nasty and just mean. I wish I could share some of these emails. He's fucking awful to me. And all I'd done was catch him out. That was all. I caught him out cheating and I left. That's all I did. And to be honest, that's not all I did. I also obviously unraveled his sense of self. I destroyed his narcissistic sense of entitlement. I exposed him for the reality of he is, not the fake self that he's presented. So for him, I'm the worst person in the world because I've made him address who he really is, which he can't do that because he's a narcissist, But anyway, so the point I'm making with this is that I just thought, no way in a million years. Did he come back? Of course he did. Of course he fucking did. October. So from March to October, he's been a fucking awful, awful man. I'm pretty convinced he had another immediate girlfriend because narcissists can never be alone, which is also another reason why he was so emotionless to me because he's got, his fulfillment elsewhere. But he come back in October in tears, saying he was grieving, claiming I was the love of his life, begging me not to block him again, wanted me to keep him around so we can have sex toy fun again. And yeah, he came back. I was like, fucking hell. That I couldn't have predicted. So it apparently took him 8 months to work out that I was, the best thing that ever happened to him. And I'm pretty sure you've had a girlfriend in that time. And what, is she just broken up with you? Is that why you're back here? Is it? I entertained him for, say, 3 weeks. I think it was about 3 weeks. He then lied some more, fucked off to Vegas to, I assume, fuck some whores, whatever makes his little limp dick feel good. And that was it, really. I also found out recently, which is just lol, because the world is such a small place, that during that exact same time period, he was going back to an old ex. He had a 3-year relationship in offshore, wasn't in Singapore. And he was trying to get back with her as well, or at least trying to catch up with her. What? Like, what are you doing, bro? So it was almost like he was scraping the barrel for who can give me attention. Let's go through my long list of exes and see who might be receptive to me returning. But yeah, he returned against all odds. Never would have called that one. Given the abuse and the cruelty, I thought there's no way he fucking hates me. No, he returned. Which perpetuated my original idea that boys always come back. And this is how the conversation come about with my girlfriends recently, was because I was regaling this story that, like, they always come back. Why? Because let me tell you now, before I go through a list of things as to why I think they return, let me tell you this. When you come back to me, every one of you, I don't feel the same. I believe women and men have a reverse way of dealing with breakups, because let's also point out, men can only return because you've broken up already, right? So there's been a breakup. There has to be for this scenario to exist. So you've broken up with each other, or you've dated and decided it's not working out, whatever it is. Once you were kind of together and now you're not. Women handle these breakup situations in a way of the pain hits hard and very difficult at the beginning, and we're upset and we're destroyed and we don't want to let go and we're in agony. Then, as time goes on, we're all right. We heal. Yeah, we heal, we're okay. And then you become more objective to that person. You look at them in a different way and like, oh, you're not actually good looking. Oh, yeah. Oh, you kind of got really fat. You kind of, you lie a lot. And then you just end up seeing them in a different way. So by the time this is how I operate, okay? Girls, shout out to me if you do the same. But by the time you come back to me with your little dick in your hand, trying to get, my love back, I don't feel even remotely the same about you at all. In fact, I'll be honest, I did sleep with my narc ex-fiance in November. And as soon as he left, I called up my best mate and I was like, I feel nothing. I felt nothing. I would look at him and feel nothing. I feel nothing. There was no emotion whatsoever. I just like, yeah, could have been anyone. Could have literally been anyone. I mean, the sex was crap anyway. But yeah, I feel nothing. Whereas I feel that men in the situation of breakups, they actually are elated at the beginning. They feel, yes, I'm free, I'm single, life's great, woo! And then it slowly hits over time. Then that emotional agony comes in. Then that loneliness creeps in. I feel like men and women just deal with it in like a reverse trajectory. Do you feel that way as well? Like, that's how I feel. We're like opposites. So we start off in agony and we rise up, and men start off feeling elated and rise up and then move down into the grieving. So that would explain why they come back. Because at the beginning, it's like, fuck yeah, I'm single, let's play the field, let's go and see what single life has to offer, woo! And then over the time, it's like, oh yeah, actually made some bad life choices. And actually, life was better before. Ain't that the truth? Anyway, let's move in very quickly to some of the reasons why I personally believe boys are like boomerangs. As in what I've just discussed, I reckon that they think the grass is greener. They're on that little high. I'm relief and single and relief. There's no arguments anymore. Oh, relief. I get to sleep around. Oh, relief. I can spread my seed. Grass is greener. And then as time goes on, they realise the grass is actually like weeds. And then as they get up close, they realise the grass is all brown underneath. And oh my God, it's actually fake grass and plastic. And over here, Your ex is now over the emotional state of it. She's healed. She's thriving. Fuck me. She's got the greenest grass again. And now you want a bit of that, don't you? Because from afar, she looks like she's living in a fucking tropical rainforest of green grass. And you're dealing with plastic. Do you get like my analogy? I think that it also ties into people wanting what they can't have. This isn't just a male psyche thing. We all want what we can't have. It's how we operate as humans. But you want a single life when you're in a relationship, and you want a relationship when you're single. I do find men actually tend more towards this, if I'm totally honest with this mindset. But yeah. Just want what you can't have, really. So everything seems shinier and better if it's something you don't have. I do believe men have a tendency to get quite bored with the familiar, and it is easy to devalue relationships, especially if it's been a long-term one. Yes, it happens with women as well. I understand that, but I'm just coming from a female perspective. I do find most of the relationships I've personally had as well, the guys completely devalued me when they were with me, or just got very bored, or like same sex, or whatever. Apparently, I'm not, the shiny new toy, and so they want to look further afield. Then they look further afield and realise actually you were incredible, and that's why they try and come back. I think that they come back if their plans to play the field didn't work out. Did they think they were going to suddenly be this fucking stud? And actually, there is not pussy on tap. There isn't a queue of banging girls waiting at the front door. There isn't, mate. There isn't. You had it really good. I mean, most of my exes love you all to death, you cunts, but you were definitely punching with me to begin with. Weren't you? Talking to you, chubby. Oh, no, that's mean. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, all fucking punching. And yeah, I was like madly in love with them because I thought they were really good people. And I loved the way I loved them and the way they loved me. But yeah, don't think for 1 minute you're going to have a queue of nixes as soon as you're single. Like, come on. You got to start treasuring what you have when you have it. Am I right, girls? I think that they come back just because they're lonely. They just need someone in their life. I hate to say it, but you're not that special. You are just a body, someone to cuddle to, someone to have sex with. If there isn't that queue of women, they've discovered playing the field didn't work out for them. They are now lonely and they reminisce and miss what they had. And also they might assume you're an easy target for attention. I know that's what happened with my ex. I was his easy target in October. I'm in Singapore. I'm the last proper deep relationship he's had. If he's fucked someone since then, it would just be a rebound. So it's, it's an easy option for him to get some of that special connection back very instantly as well. You don't have to work for it with an ex, because it's already there. They might come back just for sex. Let's put it that's it. They want sex. They can't get sex, or they want sex with you because it used to be really good. It was a great connection. That's it. That's what they come back for, shag. Done. They might come back for an ego boost, feeling a bit lonely, or they're feeling rejected. Maybe they had a girlfriend for a bit and she rejected them, or they broke up, and you're a good ego boost because they think about the love you had, or they think about the way you made them feel, or perhaps you've got really attractive all of a sudden, or you've worked on yourself and now you're his ego boost. But yeah, the ego boost can really force them to come back. Or there's a rarity that they went away, actually spent time on themselves and healed, and then came back because they've discovered that you are an incredible person. They've discovered that you enhanced their life and they're really ready for commitment now. I say rarity because it is. It happens. Some guys actually freak out with commitment, break up with you because it's like, it's going too fast, it's too much, it's too everything, and then they settle down and go, what was I so afraid of? What was going on? And then perhaps they might see you dating, you'll be like, what? No one else can have her, and it will prompt them to, be that committed partner that you really want. Rarity. I believe a lot of the previous shit I've already spoke about is the reasons why men come back. It's definitely a grass is greener, basic scenario. That's your main port of call here. coupled with loneliness, coupled with, needing sex. It's what it is, my darlings, is all very surface level shit. They're rarely coming back because they want to be your life partner. They want to put the ring on the finger. They rarely come back because it's like, oh my God, I've realized you're incredible. Because if they were able to have that healthy ability to understand that, they wouldn't have even broken up in the first place. You wouldn't be broken up. This is why I keep trying to make clear, we're talking about them being boomerangs because there's been a breakup already. So something has gone wrong. Personally, if I have a guy that returns to me after 6 months because he's played the field and realised I am the best thing he could get, I don't want him to fucking even knock on my door. Don't come at me with that fucking shit like I am the best of what you could find. No. If you want me, you value me when you've got me. Don't you dare go off and fuck around and go, actually, Nix was the one because all these others aren't as funny as her or intelligent or they're shit in bed or that I get rejected. No, don't come at me with that bollocks. I have no feelings for you once you've gone off. If you come back to me a month later, when I'm still in that deep healing phase, yeah, I probably would take you back because I'm still madly in love with you. But if you fuck off for half a year and then return going, I'm so sorry, like my ex did, I'm so sorry. Nah, I can't even look at you. You hot mess. And that is the end of this episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts. How often do your boys boomerang back to you? How long does it usually take? Have you got the same 6 months mark as me, or is it shorter or longer? Guys, if you have any insights, genuine insights on why you actually do return and you think I should continue this conversation, please let me know. And I'm also just love to be very interested myself on finding out why you guys do that. And also, yes, please share your stories of women doing the same thing as well and the reasons for it. I always find it extremely interesting. Thank you very much for listening to me for another week of Can't Keep My Mouth Shut, and I can't wait to see you next week for another exciting episode. Thanks for listening to the Can't Keep My Mouth Shut podcast, produced and hosted by me, Nick Selena, and recorded in the Splice Cast Studios in Singapore. I'm available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all major podcast listening apps. Do subscribe to enjoy a new episode every Monday evening. Please do give me a 5-star review. It helps other people also find my podcast. For more content and features to read, you can check out my website, nickselena.com. That's nickselena.com. I'm also on social media. Simply search at Nixalina, Nixalina, to find me. Don't be shy. Come say hi.